What's up, y'all? My name's Tim Ream. I'm here today on the 99th day of the spring cut. Gonna be doing chest and biceps today. Nothing crazy. It's gonna be the same routine basically on the chest. But biceps, I am gonna mix up a little bit and throw some pull-ups in there. You guys will see basically as I get into them. So nothing real major. The only thing we're gonna be doing a little bit different is covering a new topic, and whatever that'll be, I don't know. We'll see whenever I get into it. But yep, we're gonna get started. Standing incline cable flies for the top of the chest there.
On the show, and there's something there as well. Now, if this is your first time listening, we have a number of different formats on the show. Today is a user-submitted question and answer type format. By the way, the questions could be about anything. Personal development, how to win, business, entrepreneurship, what's going on in the world, what do I think of this or that, really anything you want, okay? So there's no limitations to the questions that I'll answer. But other times you'll have CTI. CTI stands for Prove the Internet. That is our society current event show where we put up headlines over here on the screen. We analyze them, we talk about them, we talk about what might be true, what might not be true, and then we have a few laughs making fun of these dumb motherfuckers. Other times we have Real Talk. Real Talk is just 5 to 20 minutes of me just giving you some shit that I think everybody needs to hear. I do so from the place of trying to help. And then we have full length. Full length is, a full length episode. It's what we
Got into a diet. Basically kind of made like a little guide for your cutting or if you're wanting to lose weight. I've made a lot of different shorts, and from a lot of different videos that I have made, some from here, and some from here, but last chest day was like day 93. I basically took like a entire session just to kind of break down start to finish how you would go about it. So that being said, I feel like the workout kind of drug out through chest, so whenever I got around to biceps, then I kind of had to neglect them. I didn't do as many sets as I would have liked to, so I want to definitely keep that. Give the biceps more of an emphasis on this workout. I'm still going to hit chest really good, but just want to make sure whenever I get over those, then I blast the shit out of them. Because if I'm only doing them once a week, you only got one time to really fucking give it everything, so I want to make sure that I walk out of here knowing that I blasted the shit out of them.
He's like, what the fuck, you from that? So, I was gonna ask you, somebody had actually wrote in a question about the advertising, scope, right? And they're like, man, you would think that Andy would have some products or services or companies that he does support. And I'm trying to make, there's a difference between a shameless plug and it being controlled by, or having your narrative completely controlled, or having somebody else's input in it. You shameless plug all the time, that's fine. But nobody's forcing you to do that, right? Well, I plug my own shit. Right. Why the fuck would I not talk about it?
Keeping that deep stretch, kind of just letting the weight just pull my chest apart and pause there while I'm in that stretch position. To make sure whenever I'm up, I'm just squeezing the shit out of that chest and just trying to keep it flexed the entire time I do that, which is hard. And as you're doing it, you'll kind of lose sight of it a little bit, but it's just about, refocusing whenever you lose it. Sometimes you don't, you don't think about it as good as you could have, but I find the more mental preparation you have before a workout, the better that workout is. Like you're sitting there thinking about it, like, man, I'm going to really just blast chest, I'm going to be flexing and squeezing. And you're sitting there thinking about it and you're energized for it for like either the night before even maybe, or, 2 or 3 hours before your workout, and you're just really looking forward to getting in there. You're really working over the, workout in your mind. It's always better, Seems like you just get that much more out of it, but if you just come in here and you just, I don't know, it's just almost like you're just not mentally prepared. So a good thing to do is visualizing your workouts before you ever get in here if you can, if you got the time. If you're just going through the motions, what does it really matter? I mean, you're probably still getting some benefit, but if you're not making each session count, you're making it 50% rather than 75, 80, 90, 100%. I mean, the difference in 50% and 100% is, half. And over time, that stuff really adds up. Keep moving up weight here, just pyramid up into our heaviest set, and then we'll take that one to failure.
We see this in the influencer marketing game, right? Like we see influencers who will jump from brand to brand, back to this brand, to this brand. Oh, and what they don't realize that they're actually doing is that they're discrediting their own word with the consumer. So it's just as important for an influencer to stay with a brand as it is for a brand to stay with an influencer. They need each other. And so, a lot of people ruin their credibility by being someone who, signs a year deal, then the next year they go over here, the next year they go over there. And then what you're showing your customer is that you're for sale, your word's for sale, your recommendations for sale.
And I'm wanting to do this on a bench and do just basically a seated incline fly. Same exact range of motion for the top chest, but I feel like I would be a little bit more stable. But since I'm going to have to kind of experiment with the weight and the workout, adjusting the bench where it needs to be, I just really don't want to take that, one exercise that I know is doing really good, and to start experimenting with another one. It's just like I just want to keep in the groove where I'm at. But I mean, it could be better. You're more stable. But I find whenever I'm doing a incline fly movement, it's hard to get up on the top of the chest. I'm doing more of honestly, almost like a decline. It's kind of weird. So I just got to play around with that movement to find where it's actually hitting on an incline. Like I need to drop the cables down as far as they'll go, so the angle's different for the chest. But last time I was messing with it, I didn't really take the time to figure it out, because I have done them before, but not in this specific way, like pausing at the bottom. Like I was just doing kind of pressing movements with it rather than a fly, and really accentuated stretches and squeezes at the end.
Right? And I'm, feel free to cut my words and shove them down my throat. I would appreciate it. I'd be happy for you to shake your hand. But I'm just telling you the reality. So you have to think long term. What are you going to do post sports? What are you going to do after sports? And aren't you still going to want to have a solid way with your customer base so that you continue to do whatever it is that you do and profit from it? So it's, I see a lot of it. I'm happy that these guys in the NIL can make some money. I think it's great I think it's fair. I think they should be allowed to. The way that the NCAA has been historically is fucking super bullshit. The colleges are making fucking hundreds of millions of dollars, billions of dollars off of fucking athletes, and they don't get shit. I still don't even think the NIL system is the right way. I think the system should they should pay.
Okay, that was a good one.
Question number one. First of all, it's all good. Feel pretty good. Yesterday I was able to complete a whole day of my 75 hard requirements. I obviously failed this round, and for those of you that don't know, I was fucking knocked the fuck down for a week, the sickest I've ever been as an adult. So I'm very frustrated that I failed that program, because out of all the times I've done 75 hard, that was I had put the most intent into this round. And I'm going to go ahead and, pick up where I left off and execute the rest of the day.
I feel like I've finally hit kind of a groove with my diet.
Over on day one.
This spring cut, it's August now. It's August 5th. So this spring cut has turned into the summer cut. So next year, I'm going to definitely start sooner. I'm going to have about 4 months of prep time. So if I start in February, March 1st, then I should be ready by June 1st. And I'll be ripped before that, but the reason it kind of has stretched into a summer cut is because I had to kind of feel my way through it. As far as how many calories I should be at a decline, or not decline, at a deficit, had to throw some carb loading and carb cycling in there, got into diet fatigue. So just now, over the last month, I feel like I finally found a good calorie range that I'm still hungry, but I'm not hangry, by the end of the day getting fucking pissed off and shit. So I feel like I've finally found that groove. So next year, now I've got more dialed in, I should be able to do it faster and with more precision and just kind of just a good, smooth sailing, coasting calorie deficit. Because the diet's already hard, but that's easier whenever you kind of have it adjusted to where you're going with the flow rather than against the stream. This is already hard, so the easier you can make it, you know, going with your body's natural rhythm, especially with like the carb cycling and stuff like that, you know, it's going to help with the longevity of your diet. And obviously the longer that you do something, it's going to be more of a habit, become a habit. So this is actually a lifestyle I'm trying to keep up. I'm not just trying to do this for, you know, X amount of days and then I'm going to fucking break it. Like, dude, this is actually something I want to be a long-lasting lifestyle change in my life where I'm just kind of always eating at only maintenance range or above just a little bit, but still staying in a good, maintainable body fat percentage where I can shed it off in an instant or within a few months or something. So it's a lifestyle change I'm actually after, not just a little phase, bulk phase or a spring cut phase. It's actually a lifestyle change I want to introduce for a long-term thing in my life.
It ain't nothing. Okay, so you need to come to terms with the understanding that the job here to become successful, to win, is to control every single fucking element that you have that can possibly be controlled. Which, by the way, is a hell of a lot more than you think. Alright? You can control so much in your life to create so much positive momentum, and most people can't even understand it because they're too busy waiting around to get lucky. Alright? The reason I don't talk about luck, does luck exist? Of course it exists. Do I fucking talk about it?
Whenever I get around to biceps, I'm gonna really blast them with alternating curls. Kind of have very minimal rest in between each set. And then I'm gonna move from one exercise to the next very rapidly. I'm gonna have about 3 to 4 exercises with one kind of finishing movement. And yeah, dude, I feel like I really slacked on those last week. I still got a good pump and stuff, but you know, like I said, if you're only hitting them once a week, then you want to make sure that whenever you do hit them, you're knocking the shit out of them.
In fucking bed. I do not fucking feel like being here right now. But guess what? I'm fucking here. Okay? That's what the fuck it takes, bro. And that's reality. And people are confused by it. Success has become such a, like, there's so many people on the internet pretending to be successful, okay? Talking about shit that's bullshit, lying about their own success, pretending to be some sort of coach, that people have they now think this is just like the diet situation. Okay? For 25 years,
run over here to dips.
Instead of understanding how important discipline is to accomplishing these personal goals and professional goals in your life, instead of working to cultivate discipline and suffering so that you can have this skill set intentionally, what ends up happening is they end up giving up. And they give up because nobody's telling them the truth of what it actually fucking takes. They're making it seem like it's fucking easy, work from home, and sit on my ass 7 hours a day, fucking just run this internet program that I made and you'll make millions of dollars in 12 fucking days. Like, bro, that shit ruins people because it's teaching people that they are the problem versus making them understand what they have to become to actually be who they want. Did I not cancel the recordings earlier today?
We're canceled at like 2.
Yeah. And what happened? I got my fucking ass up, and I fucking came here and I said, fuck that, I'm not gonna be a fucking bitch, I'm not letting these guys down. I'm here today because I'm not letting you motherfuckers down. And that's the attitude you have to win. Okay, so you can listen to all these motherfuckers. You can fucking keep believing that there's a fucking diet pill that's gonna make you lose 1,000 pounds in a fucking day. Okay, but I can promise you, at the end of this whole journey that you're gonna go on quickly, you're gonna be in the exact same place or worse. And that goes for every single person out there trying to build something.
You know, I heard Lee Priest, he was talking about he would do like chest and biceps. And one week he would hit chest, And then after you did chest, you do biceps. And the next week you'd flip it around and do biceps, then chest. So, since I kind of took it a little easy on biceps last week, I was going to come in here and prioritize that body part, but then I felt like if I did it, it was going to weaken my arms for whenever I got around to those chest movements, so I kept it the same way. But I did plan on doing that. Most people don't realize that, yes, I'm only doing 5 to 8 exercises per workout, but if you're taking each one of those exercises to complete failure, then you'd be surprised at how gassed you are at the end of it. And you can only go so intense on an exercise for so long within, the workout before you're just like, dude, I'm spent. Maybe like, 45 minutes or somewhere around there. But if you actually give it your all, it's enough to stimulate growth. But it just depletes the gas tank big time, man. Okay, we're going to do cable flies.
So that's the point. You got a lot of people will hide behind God. They will say, oh, you know what? God wants me to meet, humble this little bitty version of myself. Bro, ask yourself this. What do you want for your own kids? What do you want? Do you want your kids to be poor, broke, stupid, lazy, and then hide and say, oh, I'm just humble? Or do you want your kids to go out, accept what they have?
All right. For the sake of one more set after that one, I'm going to kind of put on the head. So I'm going to get into that failure zone. I want to make this next one really count. So I'm not real worried about increasing strength. I would usually have my journal out and how many reps am I getting of each exercise, but the fundamental building blocks in exercise and muscle building is you got to stimulate the growth, then you need the proper nutrition, and then you need the rest periods in between workouts. And if one of those aren't there, then you're not going to see the muscle building aspect. So, I would usually be in my training journal, logging everything, like how many reps did I get, okay, all this stuff, but I'm in a caloric deficit right now. So that nutrition aspect isn't even there. So you're not even actually giving your body enough to do anything with, to build any strength. So I'm really not logging it, but I'm thinking about the bulk phase, because whenever I get into the bulk phase, it's going to be way more scientific, way more precise, and I'm not going to do as many isolation type of workouts. I'm going to do a lot more compound movements. I want to try to start doing weighted dips with a weight dangling, maybe some weighted pull-ups, barbell squat, compounds, deadlift, like just really hard, heavy, bulky movements that's going to put my body under just a shitload of stress. And you've actually got, they've said this for years, if you want to get more defined, then you need to take a lighter weight and just do a bunch of reps with it. But if you want to get, stronger or whatever, then you're going to want to use heavier weight. Well, I was thinking, what does that matter if you get down into low percentage of body fat? You're still going to look ripped. So I never jived with the idea that you actually have to do low weights, lightweight for a lot of reps to get ripped. Dude, as far as I'm concerned, I'd almost rather lift heavy fucking weight to make the muscle that much more accentuated and bigger and fuller. So then I can cut down to my cutting phase, and whenever I'm ripped, I'm just going to have more muscle mass there, and I'm going to look ripped. So what is it? I think I know what it is, and it's just get bulky as fuck and then get down into lean body fat percentages. And I think that's, I don't know. For some reason, there's a lot of ideas in the bodybuilding community. It's just now that doesn't sound right, but everybody goes off of them. But if you actually start examining them and thinking through for yourself, it's just you're going to be ahead of those people who just take it for face value. So if you can actually start thinking through all these gym science or gym bro type of concepts, I just feel like you're going to get a more complete and better understanding of how this entire thing works. All right, take one set to failure here.
There's enough people in those industries, in those games, that are giving everything. I give everything, bro. I'm in this is my 24th year, I give fucking everything. Okay? If you're not willing to give that, how can you compete when there's people like that in every industry? And by the way, in my industry, there's a whole bunch of motherfuckers that do that. I ain't the only one. And that's the same for every industry. It's everything, dude.
You know, shit, have you found that?
Entrepreneurship is not a fucking job.
Yeah.
It's not a fucking job. It's a fucking complete lifestyle. All the time. Everywhere you go. You're never up. You never clock out. There's no you can go on vacation and go see someone who
And I always talk about you have to force growth. Like you literally have to put your body in a headlock and say you're gonna grow. And the way that you grow is going past your previous limitations, whether in reps, weight, duration of exercise, something, okay? But the thing is, if I can go to 10 and I stop at 10, then you're never presenting your body with a new stress. So it literally is, once you get to 10, those are where it starts to count, because now everything after that is something new that your body's never encountered before.
But the reason I'm here today is because
and so that's going to be the thing that's actually producing the growth. So really, the last 3 sets, you can do 2 or 3 warm-ups and then do the heavy set. But if you're stopping at that, right at that tipping point, it's kind of pointless. Unless you go into that, 3 or 4 reps, probably at least 3 for me, then that's actually what's presenting the body enough of a reason to grow. Because if your body's not changing, then you're not putting your body under enough stress to change. Okay, you have to literally force it to grow by just getting under the heaviest weight and not giving it an option. You can't give it an option. All right, we're going to do one more movement for chest, and we're going to get into biceps here. It's going to be the dips. This is kind of a good finishing movement for chest, then we'll move on to the next ones.
Because I'm not that tough. I have to work hard. I have to give it the fuck out. Okay? Like that's me being aware of my skill set and understanding what I have to do to play on the level that I'm on. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, it's required shit. Like I'm competing against every single day motherfuckers that are much smarter than me, that are more well funded than me. Like when I look at my competition, I'm looking at fucking Nike, bro. I'm not like you guys all think, oh, first floor is the biggest club, motherfucker. We ain't gonna shit it. Like that's not how I look at it. I look at it like, fuck, dude, we're like a booger on the fucking belt. We got a long way to go. You know what I mean? Yeah. So there's no I'm not like people think when I say this shit that I'm being some sort of tough guy. I'm not fucking, bro. I'm just telling you the truth. I'm just telling you what the fuck it takes. That's the truth.
All right.
Unless you have a bunch of gifts that I don't have.
When you're doing a new exercise, it takes you a minute to figure out the weight, rep range, leaning forward, leaning back, where's the best kind of range of motion. Finally, after doing these alternating cable curls, actually they're at the same time. They're not alternating. I've kind of started too heavy a weight. So this time I'm going to start with a lighter weight and work our way up. I'm just saying that because I got the movement, the machine set up. I'm going to do dumbbell alternating curls first, but I don't know, just thinking out loud, whatever. It just takes some trial and error, man, to get some of these exercises right. And actually then start to perfect the movement. Like anything else, man, it takes reps. Pun intended.
Like even today, bro, I still drive. That mentality is zero option mentality. Like I don't have a choice, bro.
Get a good warm-up set here going. Obviously, I've got blood flowing from chest, and my body's already warmed up. You've already got some bicep stimulation in there, even though chest isn't a direct bicep workout like back would be. You still got blood, and you're warmed up. So we're gonna do one warm-up set, and then move into a heavier set with these curls.
I think that you guys just want to quit looking for these fucking shortcuts, bro, and realize that the shortest shortcut is you investing in skills, getting fucking
I have been
and figuring out a way.
On my heaviest set, I've been kind of using a 45 and swinging more at the end. I'm gonna drop weight to a 40 and just try to make the movement more accentuated with better form, concentrating on the negative and the positive part of that movement, turning my wrist good, just kind of really getting everything I can out of that movement for each set. Gonna do probably 2 sets with that. Gonna do at least probably 2 sets of failure with it.
Well, fuck, man. I mean, we only have the most connected universe that we've ever had in eternity. It's not that hard. You know, it's hard because you're saying it's hard. It's not that hard. What are you interested in? Oh, you're clearly interested in personal development. This whole entire culture is built around personal development. I happen to run one. Artificial with it. Massive fucking culture. There's plenty of others as well. Are you interested in fitness? Fitness has a great culture. There's lots of people that you can meet, you know? Like, there's groups that you can join. And, you know, like a lot of people come into Article and they join the group and they start learning shit, and then all of a sudden, like some of their best friends become people who are in Article. And you've got some great friends that are aligned with you on what it is that you want. You know, I can empathize with this question because you know, I had a lot of friends when I started my business. And as my business progressed, I had less and less friends. And I went through this what he's talking about. You are right around his same age too. And I felt like I had no friends. And the reason I felt like I had no friends is because my priorities in my life were not with what my friends' lives were. That's not a knock on them. I still love them. They're great friends. But like, you feel lonely when you're packed, right? So I think it's important for you to recognize that you can be friends with people on your past and have a common topic. Like, to a certain point in business where
Those are really good and focused. I'm happy with that set. And I stayed within that, you know, 8 to 12 range.
So it's very hard to have.
I like kind of operating on the, you know, razor's edge of where your body can operate at. You know, if you can do 10, let's say if you can do 12 reps with 40, well then go up to 45 and get 10, but next time try to get 11. Like, try to always just be finding your body's personal record and be pushing that envelope with duration of exercise, weight, or time in between, reducing time in between the actual sets. Something to give your body something new to cope to. All right.
Also, there's a detriment there, though, right? Like, we are connected, but we're still not reality. Not exactly.
Drop weight to 35. That wasn't the original plan, but I want to still get another 10 or 12 reps out of this. Good form. So
I get that. You know, important thing to remember too in entrepreneurship, personal development, is there's that saying, you know, it's lonely at the top. Okay, motherfucker, are you at the top? Do you know? Are you up there? How's the weather up there? Alright? You don't fucking know if it's lonely at the top. You ain't at the fucking top. You're just repeating some shit that somebody else said. So let me tell you how it actually works. When you start out, you got lots of friends. And then you go down this path. And you get to a point where your friends are like, man, you're obsessed, or man, when you get a real job, like they tell you, when are you going to give up on the dream? And they start pulling you back. And you fucking cut it out. And you keep going down the path. And you find yourself, okay, and you find yourself sad. It's true. Oh, it's lonely at the top. No, motherfucker, you are just judging. You are in the middle of a phase.
if you got to break form a little bit on those last ones, I say break form. Get that shit up. But if you do, fight that negative down. If you just drop it after that, then what did you do really other than just arch your back to get it up? Most of the time, people don't realize that you can hold more than you can lift. You can hold more than you can lift. So you can hold more in place, right? And then fight that negative down. And once you get up into so many reps, then it's going to be hard for you to be able to lift that weight more. But you might be able to lower it still, or hold it in place. You might still have that part of the movement. It hasn't totally been exhausted yet. So, you know, if you can get it up, then try to at least exhaust that. You're still exposing your body to something, a new stress that it hadn't encountered before. And that's what it's all about. Going past your body's previous limitations.
About how people hide behind God for the reason why they do shit. Those people will use this as an excuse. Like, you know what? I did that. It was so lonely at the time. I'd rather have great friends. You don't even know what great friends are because you haven't earned the great friends. When you go through this process, bro, these people in the beginning, these are just motherfuckers you hang out with. These are people that you can tolerate. These are people that you drink beer with or smoke weed with and you have a good time. Okay, they're not your fucking real friends. Those people aren't supporting you. They're not helping you. They're not making calls on your behalf. They're not fucking helping you finance your next thing. Those are not your fucking friends. Why aren't you showing up? Why aren't you showing up?
God damn. I'm gonna pump up weight one more time here. Nothing extreme or crazy, but 7.5 pounds each arm. I'm considering buying a preacher curl bench, because that's really the only bicep exercise that I would really like to have in here. And it's a preacher curl double. Once I went to failure on that, give it another minute or two and then do singles, and that's it. But the movement is just like, fuck dude, you can't beat that movement. I'm gonna use a variation of that movement, which is concentration curls. I'm gonna do them standing this time, so I get a little momentum in it for leverage, but those preacher curls, they really can't be beat, dude.
Other times we have CPI, that stands for cruising the inmate. Alright, what we do is we put up headlines on the screen, we talk about them, we talk what might be true, what might not be true, we speculate on what it all means, and then we talk about the problem at hand and how we can be a solution to that problem. So other times we tune in, we're going to have a full-length episode. Full-length is me and DJ and conversation. It's what you see on every other podcast. And then other times we have real talk. 5 to 10 minutes and we just do
One variation of that movement that would be cool and would help really keep your arms steady and isolated. If you guys have seen those plates that go across your chest for curls, or you're just doing regular like dumbbell curls or something, whatever kind of curl, they keep your arm in place. That right there, dude, that'd be fucking good, especially if you could keep it kind of behind you, behind that point of leverage, rather than maybe like this so you can move forward. But if you actually keep it, your body at the right angle, fuck dude, you almost get just the best stretch you could possibly get. That gives you a good stretch because it's behind you, but that keeps it just mechanically, sturdily isolated. Okay, the movement, and I'm kind of dreading this now. You can plan for big things, but once you get into the actual, in the middle of what you plan, it's like, oh shit. I was gonna do a palms up, pull up for biceps, not for back, but for the biceps. I'm still gonna do it. And then I'm gonna do one set of concentration curls, and that's gonna be it for biceps, but I'm trying not to hit my head up there. It's the only place I had for this machine that would make the most out of the square footage of the garage, but I'm gonna be leaning back a lot just to try to keep that much more emphasis on the biceps. Hands are wet.
Okay, so we have to understand that the way that we think about the world is formed by all of the experiences that we've had to the point where we're trying to form our current worldview. And most people's worldview is they don't know anybody who's a millionaire, they don't know anybody successful, they don't know anybody who's built a real company. You know, the day of the internet where there's all these 19-year-old life coach fuckers all over driving Lamborghini, that shit ain't real. Nobody knows one of those people in real life. Okay, if you don't know one of those people in real life, if you don't know somebody who's actually been successful, it's hard for you to conceptualize and dream outside of the bubble.
Okay. Jesus fucking Christ. There's that saying, don't let your mouth outwork your ass. It's kind of what I did there. The older you get, the less you'll do that. It's just a sheer experience thing. You just gotta experience it. Talking big and bad on the job, oh, I can do that. Then you go over there and do that, and next time, and you'll wish You never did. Yeah, don't let your mouth outwork your ass, or don't let your mouth outwork your back. All right, we're gonna get into these concentrated curls here. You're gonna do them standing.
More successful and saying, see, that guy got this is because he did this and this and this and this and this. Now, if my dad was like most dads, he would have said, see that guy? That guy's a fucking asshole. And that's the difference. My dad was humble enough to say, okay, no, he's doing more than me. Here's what I learned. Here's what you should learn from him. And by the way, that's useful for you too. And that was how I was raised. I was raised to think that. But what I came to find out through this journey of personal development, going around the fucking whole industry of it over the last decade, because I figured out that most people don't have that. Most people have a parent that will actually humble themselves. That's ego aside. Yes, to tell them what they should act. And I hope that you guys listen to this. I hope you live like that. I hope that you guys take the time to like say, okay, I may have not gotten here, but you can get here. And that's the goal of raising kids. Don't you want to do better than you do? So you know, my dad was good about that. And so you know, when we think about the goals that we set, when we think about the limitations that we put on ourselves, most of these things can be broken if you just consider the fact that the only reason that you think it's impossible.
Guys, my camera's shutting off, so I'm gonna end the workout. Actually, that was my last movement. Now I got down to the point where I was doing 25s, and they were hard. So definitely feel like I got a good bicep workout. Tacked on to the end of the chest workout too. That being said, this is day 99 of the spring cut. I appreciate you guys following along with me, engaging with me in the comments. If you like the way that I break down the workouts and the way that I take you guys through them, I just ask you to please share, like, and subscribe. If you don't like them, that's cool too. We'll part as friends. I am going to start extending some of my knowledge to you guys, so put my email at the bottom of the About section of my YouTube page. So if you want to get your macros figured out, figure out some diet routines, you know, just general weight loss, or even in your bulking phase, whatever it may be, just get a hold of me either in the comments or by my email. All right, guys, that was day 99, chest and biceps. And I'll be back with you tomorrow, either with back or with legs. All right, I'll see you guys later.